Well, here we are in Houston, Texas. Pan around, honey, show them the snow. We've had some snow in Houston. This is December. And it reminded me of a time in France where we had a little miracle on the autoroute. Can you say autoroute? That's how they say it. Well, I got my hot chocolate. It's a little cold out here, but I'm going to make it short if I can. Well, you know what we were doing over in Europe? We were missionaries. This is back in 1975 when this happened, this particular incident. And this is what we would do over in France. We would sing on the streets and in the different parks and restaurants and everywhere, plazas, and open up our guitar case and they'd throw in some coins, and that's how we made our support on weekends. And it went well because they, you know, the French are very artistic and they like to give to arts and so on. So we did well in France, but we were headed from Paris to Marseille in the Ark. That's our 62 Dodge motorhome that was over there in Europe. We lived in it partially. And on our way down, we got to a place called Valence, France. And right after that, I'm driving and I hear this bump, 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 bump. Well, what happened is the back two tires on the right side, 6 lugs sheared all at once, and the tires were just wobbling around in there. So what are you going to do? Well, we pulled over. We can't go anywhere. We parked on the feeder, well, not even the feeder road, just the side of the freeway. And the trucks and the cars are zooming by, boom, 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 and the motorhome's going like this, whoop, whoop. They're coming so close, so we put up some reflectors. I put on my left blinker, and that was like the flasher, and we were there all night. Well, I didn't tell you this, but we had 2 hitchhikers we'd picked up, 2 French, a guy and a girl, and as soon as we had a breakdown, they were like wide-eyed, and they go, "Oh, autoroute, police, we gotta go," and they took off, you know, and left us on the side of the road, no help whatsoever. And so anyway, we're there all night praying, and the next day, the blinker had stopped flashing because the battery went dead. A couple of the reflectors were run over, and we said, we got to get out of here. And sure enough, we took the tire off, threw it over the fence, took our car around, picked it up on the feeder road, and found a guy that could fix it, put it back together. Long story short, we got going. Another 50 kilometers down the road, near a town, near Avignon, all of a sudden, the hanger bearing, which is the thing that holds the drive shaft under the RV, it broke, and it's going whoa, 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 whoa. We can't go anywhere more than 10 miles an hour. Pulled over, and we go, what are we going to do? We got a 1962 Dodge motorhome in the middle of France that needs a hanger bearing. Where are you going to get one? Good question. Well, I have a friend, Daniel. He lived not too far away, a missionary friend. He came over, and he took his little Peugeot, went for a drive around the area, and lo and behold, he finds an abandoned Army American Air Force base with a Dodge truck inside the fence. And it's, you know, nobody's there. It's been sitting there for years. He climbs the fence, takes off the hanger bearing, as you can see right there. There he is. And that's the Ark jacked up, and he's getting to put the hanger bearing on. Of course, I'm doing the part I can do. He's a mechanic, and I'm a musician, so I kept him inspired with the music. He put the thing on, and he also brought back a whole box of apples because there was a big apple tree there. So we're eating apples, putting on the hanger bearing. It fits fine, and then we're on our way to Marseille. So the Lord said he'll preserve you going out and you're coming in, and that's surely what he did.